And is the rise of prediction markets unstoppable? Companies like Polymarket and Kalshi have boomed, and so have the controversies that surround them. United States senators are now banned from using such sites, and a US soldier has been charged over bets placed on the abduction of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. How is it already changing our reality? In this episode,
for the past 3 years, reports of wartime atrocities and dire humanitarian crises have been making the headlines from Sudan. Now, satellite imagery shows the extent of the damage to the country's agriculture and industrial sectors. An Al Jazeera digital investigation using Sentinel-2 satellite imagery and the Normalized Difference Vegetation Index, NDVI, reveals the devastating toll of the war on Sudan's largest irrigated farming projects in the central states of Jazeera, Sennar and Khartoum. The United Arab Emirates has said its air defenses are engaging with missile attacks and incoming drones from Iran. The UAE Ministry of Defense said late on Monday afternoon that it was intercepting ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and drones across the country.
And United States Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent has accused China of funding the largest state sponsor of terrorism, referring to Iran, saying that Beijing should help Washington in efforts to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Bessent's blunt criticism of China's relations with Iran on Monday comes ahead of US President Donald Trump's expected visit to Beijing next week, where he is set to meet with his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping. And the United States has transferred 22 crew members from the Iranian container ship, the Tuska, to Pakistan in what Islamabad describes as a confidence-building measure. During tension in the Strait of Hormuz, US Central Command spokesman Captain Tim Hawkins said the crew had been handed over for repatriation. Pakistan's foreign ministry confirmed the transfer, saying the sailors would be returned to Iranian authorities.
A new project called Acorn has launched a way for organisations and creators to build their own online communities as an alternative to centralised social media platforms like Instagram, X and Threads. It uses the same underlying technology that powers the decentralised social media app Bluesky, allowing communities to build their own homepages, create starter packs for new members and customise feeds and moderation tools. Acorn's platform hails from Blacksky, a company building its own decentralised social media toolkit around the AT protocol. The AT protocol was developed by Bluesky's team and is used by it and other open social apps like Flashes, Spark, Skylight, Surf, Streamplace, Leaflet and more. On Monday, Anthropic announced a joint venture focusing on deploying enterprise AI services. Blackstone, Hellman and Friedman and Goldman Sachs will be founding partners in the new venture, which is backed by a group of VCs, hedge funds and private equity firms, including Apollo Global Management, General Atlantic, Jeek Leonard Green and Sequoia Capital. The Wall Street Journal, which first reported news of the partnership, reported the new venture was valued at $1. $5 billion, which includes a $300 million commitment each from Anthropic, Blackstone and Hellman and Friedman.
And a tiny little known world beyond Pluto appears to have an atmosphere, Japanese astronomers said on Monday, defying what had been thought possible for icy objects in our cosmic backyard. If confirmed, the roughly 500-kilometre wide rock would become just the second world past Neptune in our solar system to host an atmosphere, after only Pluto itself.
Islamabad. PTI accused the government Monday of driving Pakistan into an unprecedented economic and governance crisis that has crushed the common man. In a statement, PTI's Information Secretary Sheikh Waqas Akram stated that the stability claimed by the government was nothing but a cruel joke on 250 million Pakistanis. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's party is set to win 2 of 4 crucial state elections, expand its influence and weaken its key rival halfway into his 3rd term in office. Modi's Bharatiya Janata Party (BJP) was expected to return to power in the eastern state of Assam for the 3rd straight term and was ahead in West Bengal, based on counting trends on the Election Commission website on Monday.
Bengaluru, India, in the sultry August heat of 2007, India's government under Prime Minister Manmohan Singh was sweating over the future of negotiations with the United States over a landmark nuclear deal. The proposed agreement aimed to ease access to nuclear fuel and technology in exchange for greater international scrutiny of India's facilities. The problem: India's communists, suspicious of the US, were opposed to the deal, and they were India's kingmakers. Amazon is opening its global logistics network to all businesses, the company announced on Monday. The new service, called Amazon Supply Chain Services, pits the e-commerce giant directly against UPS and FedEx. The service opens Amazon's freight, distribution, fulfillment, and parcel shipping capabilities to businesses of all types and sizes. The company says the service will support businesses in industries such as healthcare, automotive, manufacturing, and retail. Almost all of the 20 U.S. state government-run health insurance marketplaces shared residents' application information with advertising and tech giants, including Google, LinkedIn, Meta, and Snap, according to a new investigation by Bloomberg. The report drives home the privacy problems created by pixel-sized trackers, which allow website owners to collect information about their visitors, often for web analytics and identifying bugs. A common tool in digital advertising, these trackers also allow the collection of personal information if misconfigured and placed on websites that contain sensitive content, such as healthcare data. The Pakistan Cricket Board, PCB, on Monday revealed the Team of the Year for the 11th HBL Pakistan Super League edition, with Peshawar Zalmi captain Babar Azam leading the side after finishing as the highest run-getter for the season, said a press release issued by the board. The 11th HBL PSL season culminated on Sunday with Peshawar Zalmi lifting the title for the 2nd time since 2017 after beating tournament debutants Hyderabad Kingsmen by 5 wickets in Lahore.
And Islamabad. Senate Deputy Chairman Syed Al-Khan Nasser on Monday took notice of security lapses and poor facilities at the Parliament lodges, summoning the Capital Development Authority, CDA, and security officials and ordering a comprehensive report within 3 days. Parliament lodges house members of the National Assembly and Senate in the capital. Security and maintenance issues have been a recurring issue at the lodges.
Islamabad. The United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA, announced on Monday that it remains firmly committed to supporting Pakistan in strengthening midwifery education, workforce development and health systems. In a statement to mark the observance of International Day of the Midwife on May 5, UNFPA's representative in Pakistan, Dr. Louay Shabane, said that the fund will continue to work in close partnership with the government and all stakeholders to advance this agenda.
And Tehran, Iran, Iranian media say a United States warship trying to transit the Strait of Hormuz has been hit with 2 missiles after ignoring warnings. The unnamed warship had to withdraw from near the Iranian port of Jask on Monday and flee, according to the Fars news agency, which is affiliated with the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC.
Who Arsenal versus Atletico Madrid? What Champions League semi-final? Second leg where? Emirates Stadium, London when? Tuesday at 8 p.m. 19 GMT. How to follow? We'll have all the build-up on Al Jazeera Sport from 16 GMT in advance of our live text commentary stream. Arsenal host Atletico in London in the Champions League semi-finals, with the tie evenly poised at 1-1 after a first leg dominated by penalty decisions in the Spanish capital. 3 people who were on board a Netherlands-based cruise ship in the Atlantic have died during a suspected outbreak of the hantavirus, authorities say. The virus is a rare infection transmitted to humans by rodents. On Monday, the World Health Organization said the risk posed by the hantavirus to the wider public remained low, despite the deaths on the MV Hondius cruise ship.
Manchester United's 3-2 victory over Liverpool on Sunday confirmed that they are headed back to the UEFA Champions League, UCL, after a 2-year absence, with Arsenal and Manchester City also already guaranteed to be playing in European football's elite club competition next season. That leaves at least 2 more spots still to be filled. At least 5 people have been killed and 18 wounded in a Russian missile attack on the town of Marefa in northeastern Ukraine's Kharkiv region. Local officials say civilian infrastructure was targeted in the attack, including at least 10 houses and 4 shops, Governor Oleg Sinyahubov said on Monday.
And this is it. The BOGO offer is live. For a limited time, buy 1 pass to TechCrunch Disrupt 2026 and get 50% off a second of the same ticket type. This is a short window to bring someone with you and get more out of being there. Bring a colleague, a co-founder, a partner.
Karachi traffic police have launched a new enforcement measure against wrong-way driving, providing officers with gadgets to issue fines to violators. Traffic DAG Peer Mohammed Shah said motorists in the city have increasingly been violating one-way rules, adding that officers have been equipped with gadgets to improve enforcement.
And the Office of the Chief Commissioner, ICT Administration, Islamabad, in collaboration with the National Information Technology Board, NITB, has introduced an online registration system for factories and shops establishments. This initiative aims to digitize the registration process, reducing bureaucratic delays and simplifying the way businesses interact with the Labour administration system. And OnePlus recently launched the Ace 6 Ultra in China, expanding its Ace 6 lineup. Now, early details about the next generation OnePlus Ace 7 series have started to surface through a new leak. According to a tipster on Weibo, the OnePlus Ace 7 could be powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 chipset.
The Competition Commission of Pakistan, CCP, has approved the proposed acquisition of shareholding in Rafan Maize Products Company Limited by a consortium of acquirers comprising entities of the Nishat Group and associated individuals, following a phase I review conducted under Section 11 of the Competition Act 2010. The transaction involves the acquisition of shares in Rafan Maize Products Company Limited from Ingredion Incorporated, the majority seller, and other individual shareholders. Samsung's Galaxy S27 Ultra is still far from launch, but early leaks have started to reveal possible changes for the next generation flagship. A recent report pointed to a redesigned rear camera module, and a new leak now claims Samsung is testing a new primary camera sensor for the device.
And DoorDash on Monday added new AI-powered tools that let merchants speed up onboarding, edit photos to make dishes look better, and create websites based on their app listings. And the onboarding tool works similarly to the one Amazon launched in 2024. Merchants can point the tool to their website, from which it will automatically fetch information such as photos, store hours, and menu items to create a listing on the app. Merchants can review and edit all of this information before publishing the listing.
Refrigerators today run on the same basic technology as they did more than 100 years ago. You'd think we could have come up with something better by now, and we have, but nothing has been able to dethrone cheap, reliable vapor compression, the process that's keeping your milk cold today. One startup hopes to change that. health authorities are investigating a suspected hantavirus outbreak aboard the cruise vessel MV Hondius after 3 passengers died during the voyage from Argentina to Cape Verde. According to the World Health Organization, 1 case has been confirmed so far, while 5 others remain under investigation. Laboratory testing is underway to identify any additional infections and determine the source of the outbreak.